Good morning, good people. How y'all doing out there? Hey, I said, here we are on this beautiful Sunday morning, ready to hear what God has to say through his girl PJ. Hey, y'all like that freestyle? I know I'm goofy. I can't help it. This is why God made me. Hey, come on, y'all. Like and share the video. Let's get this party started, baby. Yeah. Hey, y'all liking my fro? I look good this morning, huh? Hey. Come on. Like and share the video. Like and share. While we getting this good vibe going. Hey. Good morning, good morning. My name is Gwen and I go by PG for PrechaGirl. I give you biblical truths with a therapeutic undertone. Listen, keep on liking and sharing the video. Keep on spreading the message with us, helping us to share love, hope, and healing to everyone that we come in contact with. And listen, y'all already know we're trying to build up our YouTube platform, so make sure y'all follow us over there. Hey, at PrechaGirl Gwen, and TikTok at PrechaGirl. Let's go. If y'all are new to my teaching, we normally teach from the Amplified version of the Bible. So we're going to just go on over there now and get us started for what it is we have to say for today. Listen, I was having a conversation with God, and I just kept saying, God, I don't understand. I don't know if you guys have been like me, that there have just been times in your walk with God that you just don't understand. And the more I kept just reflecting on some things that I was seeing, I was observing in the world, in my clients, in my life, I just kept asking God, like, God, I don't get it. And the scripture, in all thy getting understanding, kept ringing in my spirit. And all thy getting understanding, and all thy get an understanding. And I was like, but Lord, how do you do that? How do you get an understanding when you don't understand? How, God? Why do we as humans have to go through so much pain? Why do we have to suffer so much? Why is it that people who want to have children and they're struggling with their husbands or with their wives, trying their best, doing it the right way, after marriage the way you ordained, and yet they still can't get pregnant. God, why? Why is it that people who have been praying and fasting and they're the ones that's in the church trying to live right and do what they're supposed to do, why do they suffer so much loss when people that don't have no intentions to serve you appears to be just living their best life? God, why? Why can't we just live in peace? Like why can't we tap a certain amount of pain, just be like, all right, I give, so the pain will stop. You know, like a credit card that maxes out when you get to a certain amount of money spent. Why can't we have a max out for the amount of pain or suffering that we experience in a lifetime? God, why? Why is it, God, when we speak those things that be not as though they were according to your word, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't? God, help me. I don't understand. That was my dialogue with God this week. That's how I flow with God. I ask him questions when I don't grasp what is going on. But God took me to the text in Proverbs, the 4th chapter, verses 55 through 7. It says, get skillful and godly wisdom. Acquire understanding. Actively seek spiritual discernment. Mature comprehension and logical interpretation. Do not forget, nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not turn away from her wisdom. And she, the wisdom, will guard and protect you. Love her. Talking about wisdom. And she will watch over you. For the beginning of wisdom is get skillful and godly wisdom. It is preeminent. And with all your acquiring, get understanding. Actively seek spiritual discernment, mature comprehension, and logical interpretation. That's a mouthful. Wisdom, insight, common sense, good judgment based on knowledge. The ability to discern right from wrong, good from bad, healthy from unhealthy choices, functional from dysfunctional behaviors. Wisdom, insight, common sense. We are to seek after her wisdom. And then there's understanding. There's this comprehension, the ability to process information and gain insight so that our awareness is enlightened. Understanding. James 1, 5 and 8 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, to guide him through a decision or circumstance, he is to ask. So simple. If any of you lacks wisdom to guide him through a decision or circumstance, he is to ask of our benevolent God, who gives to everyone generously and without rebuke or blame, and it will be given to him. But here's the catch. Verse 6 says, but he must ask for wisdom in faith, without doubting. God's willingness to help, for the one who doubts is like a billowing surge of the sea that is blown about and tossed by the wind. For such a person ought not to think or expect that he will receive anything at all from the Lord, being a double-minded man, unstable and restless in all his ways, in everything he thinks, feels, or decides. There are so many blessings that God wants to provide for us, if we would just have the faith to believe that God wants us to be blessed. His word gives us the answer that it's so simple that we can all understand. If you need wisdom, ask. Simple. If you ask him, he gonna give it to you. None of us have to go through this life not knowing what to do. Whenever we get confused and don't know what to do, don't know which way to turn, all we have to do is ask God for the wisdom so we can make the right decision. The reality is that most of us don't want to ask God because we don't want to do what it is that God has instructed. We want to do what we want to do. And we're scared that God's will won't line up with ours. So we don't pray and ask. We just do. We do whatever we want to do. And then when we're broken, when our plans don't work out because we never asked for wisdom to make the right decision in the first place, we just blame God for the pain. And we question him. Why? Why? The answer to a lot of our questions is that you didn't ask for the wisdom to make the right decision. You just wanted me to bless you. You wanted me to just go along with your will and your way as if you were God. That's the answer for most of us, instead of waiting for my best. You see, because we know what we see, but God knows everything. You see, we only know what we have the ability to see, to know, to understand, but God knows everything. So when we look at something and we think, hey, this is the right thing for me, this is the best thing for me, we have no idea that God has something so much more amazing over here. But because we didn't ask for wisdom, we miss out on this better, and we stick with what we thought was good, and then we cry when this which was good breaks our heart. And God is saying, listen, all you got to do is ask. That business decision, all you got to do is ask. That the person you're trying to go in business with, you got to ask. I'll give you the wisdom. I'll give you the understanding. I'll give you the knowledge to understand why I didn't allow that marriage to work, and why I didn't allow that marriage to be blessed with children, because of the fact that I knew the outcome of the marriage and the suffering you were going to endure with the marriage. So I didn't put a child in that environment, or whatever the reason. God knows all. We just know a little. So instead of us trying to figure it out, we need to ask God. You see, that's what most of us are. We just don't ask because we want what we want, and we want God to just bless what we want. But then there are others that have asked God for wisdom, but they haven't received it because deep down inside, they don't believe God will grant them their request. And the text is clear that those who don't believe that God will do it for them shouldn't even waste their breath asking. So then once again, God, if I don't have wisdom, and then I don't have enough faith to believe that you're going to give me the wisdom when I ask, then what am I supposed to do? I'm back to my original statement. God, I don't understand. Well, let's go back to the text in James, the first chapter. But instead of starting at verse 5, let's go back up to verse 2. It said, consider it nothing but joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you fall into various trials. Be assured that the testing of your faith through experience produces endurance, leading to spiritual maturity and inner peace. I need to read that again so it can get down in your spirit. Be assured that the testing of your faith through experience produces endurance, leading to spiritual maturity and inner peace. And let endurance have its perfect result, and do a thorough work so that you may be perfect and completely developed in your faith, lacking in nothing. You see, all the trials and the tribulations that I was complaining to God about were actually the key to obtaining everything that we need in this life. Because every time we go through pain, every time we go through suffering, every time we endure hard times like a good soldier, we gain experience with God. We learn firsthand about God's grace, God's ability to open up doors that no one can close, and close doors that were open for the sole purpose of destroying us. Oh, every tear we've had to share gave us the experience of having God right there every step of the way, sending people to love on us, showing us who was for us and who was against us, so that we could know who we could depend on in the time of need. We learned who was using us. God showed us all of those things for what people that were using us for, what they could get out of us. Oh, every life stressor tightened our bond with God. It increased our faith in God and in his ability to do the impossible in our life. And as a result of every moment of sadness and all of the pain that we have had to experience, it has equipped to come boldly before God and ask him for wisdom, and believe, because of all the experience that we've had with God, that he would give wisdom. That pain equipped me to understand that God is faithful and just. And that's what the pain is doing for each of us. The fact that God has carried, I'm going to talk about myself, the fact that God has carried me through so many trials and tribulations, so much pain, so much loss. I've lost 2 children. I've lost many family members. And I'm still here, strong and full of joy. Why? Because God equipped me to do so. It caused my faith to be increased in him. So much pain, so much suffering, so much sleepless nights. And even if we're honest, sometimes we cried all night long because we wanted our own way. And every time I thought about when I, in my own personal life, got to a place where I felt like the pain was just too intense, that I couldn't take anymore, God, in those moments, made a way. God gave me the strength to just go just a little bit further. Think about your life. Think about how many times God has been right there with you, equipping you, helping you to have faith, to believe. And that's why now, with all the confidence in the world, I can stand flat-footed regardless of what obstacles are in my way, regardless of what pain I'm currently experiencing, or regardless of what issues are currently in my life. I can stand flat-footed and say without any doubt that there is nothing that God can't do. I have the confidence, and I know that when I'm asking God for wisdom and understanding that God will do what he promised in his word to do, that he is not slack concerning his promises, that whatever he said it, he will do. And I just want to encourage someone who is going through hard times that God is increasing your faith. I know for some of you, you've been in the storm so long and you don't understand why God is taking so long to help you. But listen, he's building your confidence so that you can ask him in faith. Not wavering, not like, oh, I don't know if he's going to respond. I don't know if God's going to answer. I don't know if he's going to do it for me. No. The trials that you experience give you confidence to say, I know that God is going to do it for me. I know that God is going to fix it. He might not do it the way I want him to do it, but God is going to fix it. God is an on-time God. God will do everything but fail. God will make a way when there is no way. God will build a bridge where in the natural I can't get over. God will make it so I can. God is able. And the trials that you're going through gives you the faith to stand, to believe that. our ability to believe that he will do the impossible, and that and all of that. That faith is built and solidified through the storms of life that we must endure. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up with the Message translation, because the Message translation is so powerful in its stance and how it says it. I don't understand, God. I don't understand. But this is what the Message translation says. It says, consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and it shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work so you become mature and well developed, not deficient in any way. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and won't be condescended to when you ask for it. It's boldly believing without a second thought. People who worry their prayers are like wind-whipped waves. Don't think you're going to get anything from the Master that way. Adrift at sea, keeping all your options open. Yeah. And all that getting understanding. It's so clear, my brothers and sisters. When you don't understand, I want you to look back into your memory bank. Think about the trials and tribulations that you've been through, and think about how God has showed up for you. Think about how he did what you didn't think he was going to do. Think about when you felt like you was all alone and yet he stepped in. Think about everything God has done for you your entire life. How he saved you from you over and over again. Your bad choices. Yeah, he saved you over and over again. Let those experiences build up your faith to say he's the same God. He's the same God that did it then. He's the same God that will do it now. Let those experiences build up your faith so that you can ask him boldly in faith. God, I don't understand. Give me the wisdom to make the right decision. Give me the wisdom to know what to do to increase my finances. Give me the wisdom to know what to do to be a better mother, to be a better father, to be a better spouse, to be a better partner. Give me the wisdom to get through this pain I'm going through. Give me the wisdom to know what to do and how to do it so that I can become better. Give me the wisdom, oh God. Listen, I hope that something I've said today has inspired you. I'll tell you, I took some medicine before the live, hoping that this cough would not interrupt. So let me go on and wrap it up. Ask yourself the question, are you actively seeking more of God so that your faith in him can increase? Or are you so consumed with doing what you want to do that you would rather suffer than seek the wisdom and direction from a loving God? Listen, in all you're getting understanding that God is for you, and greater is he that is in you, if God's in there, than anything that you may face in this world. And all that getting understanding. Until next week, may the blessings of the Lord make you rich and add no sorrow to it. Listen, don't forget, like and share the video and help us to spread the message of love, hope, and healing. Until next time, my friend, peace and blessings be unto you. This is your girl, PG. Be easy.